Strap in good and tight. It's time for Northern Track, the North Country's only source for updating you on what's happening on local tracks in your area.
I'm Gary Wilcox, and welcome to yet another edition of the fastest hour in Northern New York. This is Northern Track. Today we're back at the Can-Am Motorsports Park Limited in Lafargeville, New York, and all the superstars are here. The Johnsons, the Bicknells, Brett Hearn, McCready, even Caprera, and all of our 358 regular stars for a great 100-lap series event, and we'll be showing you that race in its entirety a little later on our show. So stay with us. We'll be right back when this week's edition of Northern Track continues, right after our first time out.
The FX Summer Sale Days are on, and FX Caprera Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Volkswagen is turning up the summer heat.
We're always telling you to wait and buy a four-wheel drive in the summertime. Well, here's a perfect example. A 1998 Kia Sportage 4-door 4x4, loaded with equipment which is 49,000 miles, a local owner truck, and it's just $79.95.
Call 788-7400 because the summer heat is coming. The FX Caprera Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Volkswagen Summer Sale Days. Outer Washington Street, Watertown. For savings, selection, and service, FX marks the spot.
At Saboro's Family Restaurants, their mission is to provide a wholesome dining experience with top-quality food and staff that wants to exceed customers' expectations. Their vision is to continue a tradition of quality family dining at a reasonable cost in a comfortable atmosphere. Saboro's Family Restaurants value their customers and continue to be active in the community. 3 generations of families serving families. Art's Jug on Huntington Street and Saboro's Restaurant on Coffeen Street. Since 1933, Saboro's Family Restaurants, where the tradition continues.
Number One Speed is the place you need if you like speed. And car and truck accessories. You name it, and Norman Tim at Number One Speed has it. Visors, bug shields, tonneau covers, vent shades. They even do window tinting right on the premises. Check out Number One Speed's monthly flyer. Savings on hundreds of items that you gotta have. Let Number One Speed help you get that custom one-of-a-kind look and performance for your car or truck. Number One Speed, the ultimate in automotive accessories, 712 Bradley Street, Watertown.
Joining me down here in pit road is last year's 100-lap winner, the driver of the FX1, Mr. Frankie Caprera. Frankie, here we are again. I think you can repeat last year.
Well, I hope so. The track's a little different than last year. It's a little more drier, and we're trying a new TO car out tonight, so hopefully it'll be a good debut for it, and hopefully we can get another win.
You've had some real bad luck this year. I know you're currently 7th in points here at Can-Am, and you're 13th in the series. A lot of breakdowns, a lot of mechanical problems. Not anything that you've done.
No, we've been struggling a little bit, but hopefully we can turn it around, come away with a win tonight.
Now, going with a Troyer to this TO, has it been quite a transition for you?
Well, I haven't really got many laps in it, but I ran it in the heat race the other night, and it felt pretty comfortable, so hopefully we'll have a good run with it.
Any strategy?
Well, time trial up front.
There you go. Good luck. We hope you get up front again. I'd like to see you make this 2 in a row, back-to-back. That'd be great.
Thanks.
Mr. Frankie Caprera, driver of the FX1. Last year's winner, looking for another win this year in 2001. Over here waiting for the pit meeting in the pit area over at the Can-Am Motorsports Park. The man that's currently 2nd in points, just coming off a win from last night. The driver of the 7X, Mr. Steve, the Hurricane Payne. Doing a super job this year, big guy.
It's been real good. The big block and small block both been going well. And, if we can keep it up another month and a half, we'll be all right.
About 41 points behind Danny Johnson tonight for the lead. Boy, things could change in a heartbeat here.
Yeah, it's that's a pretty good lead, but then you look at there's 60 points difference between first and last, and all you got to do is break one time. I broke at Fulton, and then I think he broke the next week somewhere else, so it kind of evened out. And other than that, we've both finished all of them. So.
Now, where was you last night, Steve?
Black Rock.
In Black Rock. Where'd you start in that particular event?
We drew 3rd, so we had a good starting spot.
Staying up front, huh?
Yep.
That's beautiful. That's great. Well, listen, good luck tonight. We hope you do well. We're here at the drivers' meeting, see what's going to happen there, and it looks like a great night for racing. I think it's going to be hard and dry and dusty here by the time you guys get around lap 99.
Yeah, we like it better. The harder, the drier, the better, so hopefully it will be.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Another man that's been just synonymous in dirt track racing for many, many years, AJ Slideways himself, Mr. Alan Johnson. Alan, I understand you've been doing very well with this new 2002 Bicknell.
Yeah, the car's been running real good. It's a brand new car, brand new motor, and it's just everything's fresh. And it's just been running great.
Yeah, I read in the Gator the other day that was your 4th feature win down a Fulton, or you put another one in there since then?
It was our third down there, and we've got a couple wins on the series with it. and it's got a good record. We finished 4th with it last night, had a good run, and we've been real happy with it.
Boy, that's really great. The last time you were here, you pulled off that 30-lapper we had here, or whatever it was. I don't know, but you pulled it off. I mean, every time you come to K&M, you're always in the front.
Yeah, well, I've had good luck here, and it seems my driving style seems to adapt to this place pretty good. And you know, the way the car's been, it looks like it's going to be track's going to be pretty dry tonight, and that's what this car likes. So we're looking forward to hopefully another good run tonight.
Is this track, Alan, a lot like rolling wheels as far as a setup, or for a driver to get coordinated with it? Do you think, or no?
Well, maybe in the old days, you know, rolling wheels used to be quite a bit faster than what it is now. But since they put the new clay on it, and the way they've been preparing rolling wheels, it's just not quite as quick as it used to be. This track's it's quite a bit different than rolling wheels is now. Rolling wheels are just a lot slower and more slippery now. This place is quite a bit faster now than rolling wheels is.
Absolutely, and in the last couple 3 weeks on the Saturday night shows here, it's been 3 and 4 grooves out there, so it's been a lot of side-by-side racing. I know how you like that.
Well, that's a good thing about this track. If you got a good run in a car, there's plenty of room and time to get to the front, and that's another reason why I enjoy coming here. There's just lots of room to race.
Good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Alan Johnson, AJ Slideways, driving the 14J 2002 Bicknell, and he's getting it done in Fulton. Watch him get it done here. Don't touch that dial, because when we return, we'll be showing you a lot more exciting racing action from the 358 small block modified ranks here at the K&M Motorsports Park Limited. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If this isn't your speed, then maybe this is. The warm weather is here, so get out and enjoy it at 342 Karts and More. There's racing for speed demons and another track for double occupancy. When you're finished squealing tires, head over to the batting cage with levels for novice to expert. And don't forget 342 Karts and More also has mini golf. So when you really want to have fun, check out 342 Karts and More on the way from Fort Drum to Highway 81, Route 342.
Anthony, do you know Carvel Ice Cream is Watertown's favorite stop for ice cream treats? At Carvel, you can get our famous soft ice cream, hard ice cream, no-fat ice cream, a milkshake, a banana barge, a hot fudge sundae, and also our famous Carvel ice cream cake.
Dad, don't forget about our copy cake machine.
That's right, Anthony. That's the new machine that we have where you can turn this picture into this. We have to tell everybody, don't forget to stop into Carvel Ice Cream for all your ice cream treats. And don't forget to bring your favorite picture with you, too.
You ready to go? Man, I always like talking to this guy down here in the pit road, because this guy's done it all in this particular sport. Currently second in points in the big block, third in points here. Mr. Brett Hearn, driver the number 20. How's it going, buddy?
Well, not too bad. I think we're pretty good coming off a second place finish at Black Rock last night. Feeling pretty good about tonight.
Beautiful, that's for sure. You've had a pretty good season. I haven't been able to keep track of you too much this year.
We struggled a little bit on Saturday nights this year, but our tour races have been very, very good. Small block car is improving, and the big block's been good all year.
Now, this is your first time up to K&M this year?
Yes, it is.
It's been a big change here. This track surface is a whole lot different than it was in other years. There was 4 grooves here Saturday night, and I know that really makes it nice for a 100-lapper.
Well, it sure does. I mean, first thing you do here when you get to a track you haven't been to yet this year, you go out and take a look at it, and it's quite different.
Absolutely. Good luck tonight. We hope you do really well. I'd like to see you in victory lane.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Brett Hearn, driver the number 20. This man is the corporate jet.
Thanks, buddy.
Making a return trip back to K&M Motorsports Park Limited. The man has been just right on fire this year in the modified division in 358s. Mr. Timmy McCready driving the number 94 tonight. Hey, welcome back to K&M, big guy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to come out here, and we got a lot of people that like us in the stands here, and it's only 20 minutes away, so hopefully we get lucky enough to get in the show and have a good run.
Absolutely. Now, have you followed the 358 series much this year, or is this one of the first events this year for you?
This is our first run in a 358, and like I said, we don't really know what to expect because we haven't had this car out since Fonda last year at the end of the year, so we're just going to try to give it a shot and hopefully have some fun. Roger drove 2.5 hours, so I hope we're good enough to get in the show for him. I'd hate to go home early, but anything can happen.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, you've been doing really well with the modified ranks. I'm just reading about you all the time and watching you race, and you really honed your skills the last couple of years. Things come together for you.
Yeah, we're real fortunate. The team I'm driving for with Finch's Logging and FX Caprera and Syracuse Frame Service behind us is we've had a great year. A lot of things we kind of fell our way and a ton of luck, and so far we'll ride it out, and I don't know if it'll transfer into Roger Haru's team tonight, and I hope so because I know how hard he works, and Gypsum Wholesalers that came on the board with this car to help him out, and for John Waite and his home track, it'd be nice to hopefully get a good run.
Put it all together for sure. Now, you've been running a lot of Troyers for a lot of years. I understand you're in a Tio now?
Yeah, we've been in a Tio with the big block stuff. This car here's a Troyer, and it's the way we kind of ended last season, and I don't know if the Tio kind of fits my style or not. It's just, for some reason, it's tough when you go from one car with one motor and then you turn around and you jump on a team that's got 5 cars and 5 motors and endless amounts of equipment. you know, no matter what you got, you're going to run better, I would think, than one car and one motor. So, I mean, who's to say that if John didn't have 5 TOs, maybe we'd be still doing the same thing, or 5 Troyers, I mean, maybe doing the same thing. I don't know. We're just going to, you know, keep riding the wave until it goes the other way and keep trying to get the cars to finish races.
Well, the main reason is that you've been very consistent this year, and that's a big part of it. Doesn't make any difference if you're driving a Troyer or a TO. You've been getting it done on both ends, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's like I said, these guys I got, all the guys that have helped me out for years, they put a lot of free time into these cars, and they travel like to Grandview. We had 4 crew guys. We're going to go tomorrow night to Utica, and we'll have probably 3 or 4, and it's nice to get everybody to still come around and go to the races, even though it's not my car, and it just shows how tough these guys are, and thanks to them, I'm running up front, so.
Hey, that's all that matters. Good luck tonight, Timmy. Hope to see you in victory lane.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Mr. Timmy McCready. He's driving the 94 tonight in the 358 range. We'll see how the boy does. Okay, race fans, don't touch that dial, because when we come back, we'll be showing you some exciting 358 small block modified racing action here from the Can-Am Motorsports Park Limited from the Sunoco Racing Fuels Advanced Auto Parts Series when this week's edition of Northern Track continues right after these messages.
If this isn't your speed, then maybe this is. The warm weather is here, so get out and enjoy it at 342 Karts and More. There's racing for speed demons and another track for double occupancy. When you're finished squealing tires, head over to the batting cage with levels for novice to expert. And don't forget 342 Karts and More also has mini golf. So when you really want to have fun, check out 342 Karts and More on the way from Fort Drum to Highway 81, Route 342.
We're the name you know and trust. When you do it yourself, you can count on us in every way. White lumber and building supplies. Quality and service since 1892. We're here helping people like you. White lumber and building supplies, helping you build to be the best.
Back to Northern Track, the North Country's only locally produced race show. Okay, race fans, it's time for some exciting racing action from the 358 Small Block Modifieds here from the Can-Am Motorsports Park Limited. And that 100-lapper's rolling your way right now.
Folks, we're all set. 100 laps will be the issue. The Sunoco Race Fuels 358 Super Dirt Series action here from Can-Am Motorsports Park. Your starting lineup for tonight's 100-lap go. The number 87 of Jason Barney will be your pole sitter. Outside the number 50 is Bill Gill. The 9S of Matt Shepard inside row number 2. Outside is Ryan Bay, the number 28. Pete Bicknell, number 42, and Steve Payne in the 7X are in row number 3. Row number 4, it's Todd Burley, the 89B, and the M1 of Tim Fuller. Row number 5, the 19W, Billy Wilcox, and the 94 of Tim McCready. Row number 6 of FX1 of Frankie Caprera on the inside. Outside the 32C of Vic Coffey. Brett Hearn, the number 20, and Danny Johnson, the 27J, are in row number 7. Row number 8 is Pat Ward, the 42P, and the 14J of Alan Johnson. Mitch Gibbs, the 2G, and Mike Ward, the 45M, are in row number 9. Row 10 is the number 99 of Roger Phelps. The 124 of Pierre Dagenet is outside. Inside the next row, the 58L is Jim LaRock. Outside the 00 of Wayne Rudeman. Our next row has the 88 of Steve Hulser is at the inside, with the 30 of Gus Schmidt alongside. Danny O'Brien, the 17D, and Jeff Sykes, the 23J, make up the next row. The number 7 of Lee Gill and the 7H of Alex Hogue are in the next row. The 78 of Vince Quenneville Jr. and the 88T of Ben Tucker. And rounding out the field, the number 21 of Andy Howard. That is our modified feature lineup for tonight's 100 laps, folks. What they did do is they took 3 cars out of the consies, that getting the number 21 of Andy Howard, a regular.
Your local source for racing action in the North Country, Northern Track, is brought to you in part by
Carvel Ice Cream, White's Lumber and Building Supply.
For all your racing and go-kart needs, see Norm at number 1 Speed on Bradley Street in Watertown. Call today at 782-2225. For all your graphics needs, it's Baker Graphics on Route 37 in Watertown. Call 779-7446. For great food, it's Art's Jug on Huntington Street in Watertown. Call 782-9764 today. For the best deals on new and used cars, trucks, and vans, see FX Caprera Car Companies. Call them today at 782-3111. For great service, it's Black River Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning on Tilden Street in Watertown, 788-7669. We now return to the fastest hour in the North Country. This is Northern Track.
Gill out there in the number 50. Any one of these guys can get it done. Now's the time to pick one out. Is it going to be an invader, or is a hometown guy going to bring home one of the biggest feature wins of their career? 100 laps separates that answer right now as we get ready to go to green. Steve Rickett looks him over, down into turn number 4. The modified set to do battle. Here we go out of turn number 4. Charging down the front stretch. Look at this long line of 358. Small block modifies. They begin to sort them out. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Everybody getting down into the corners cleanly. They're side by side, stacked up 3 wide out of turn number 2. Right in the field. We got a big pile up right in turn number 2. Caution is out on the speedway. A bunch of cars coming together. The 17D of Danny O'Brien along with the 88 of Steve Holsizer stopped on the racetrack. The 30 of Gus Schmidt also involved in that accident. Over on turn number 2, caution is out on the speedway. Steve Rickett showing him white flag. We'll go back to green next time around. Steve Rickett looks him over one more time. 0 laps in the book. They charge out of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air one more time. Here we go at it again. 100 laps will be the issue. The road to Syracuse begins right here, folks. The winner will get the guaranteed spot for the Super Dirt Week in October down at the Moody Mile. Very quickly, Jason Martin, the 87, looks to pull the field down the back stretch. They begin to sort out as we spread out down the back. 3 wide in the middle of the pack through turns number 3 and 4. Look how wide the racing service is right now, folks. They're stacked up out of turn 4. Begin to sort them out one more time down the front stretch. They get in down to 1 and 2. We got a battle right at the front of the field. We got a car around over in turn number 4. Caution is out on the speedway once again. The 7H of Alex Hogue right down in the infield, right by that Troyer, down at the bottom of turn 4. Caution out on the speedway, 1 lap into the book. Doesn't look like any damage on the 7H of Alex Hogue, so he'll be right back out on the speedway, rejoin the back of the pack. Should take just a second here to get these guys lined back up once again. As we said, folks, just a few weeks away, the richest small block race ever in Northern New York, the Battle at the Border on September 15th right here at Can-Am Motorsports Park. Our pit gates will open at 9 a.m. in the morning. The regular gates will open at 11 a.m. Time trials are 1 o'clock in the afternoon. As I said, time trials will be at 1 p.m. 100 laps will be the issue that day. Guaranteed starters for that race: Danny O'Brien, Pierre Dagenet, Ben Tucker, and Lee Gill. Also on the schedule that day, the Dig Safely New York Sportsman Super Dirt Series race with a Syracuse qualifier on the line. Plus the Pure Stocks and the IMCA Modifieds as we wrap up the 2001 racing season here at Can-Am Motorsports Park. Don't forget this Saturday night, the Empire Super Sprinters make their way in, along with the Pure Stocks and the IMCAs and the Sportsmen. And don't forget the rain-delayed Pure Stock and IMCA features from last week here at the Speedway. 1 lap in as we go back to green. Steve Rickett, green flag in the air. Here they come out of turn number 4. Look at the 50 of Billy Gill sling way to the high side as he works work down the front stretch. Jason Barney, the 87 out of Constantia, New York, right at the front of the speedway. Here comes Billy Gill. The deal maker, number 50, looks to the top side of the speedway as we go down the backstretch. They begin to sort them out, stretched out. Look at that. It's a beautiful sight. The full backstretch covered by 358 small block modifieds. Here they work out of turn number 4. Billy Gill right to the top side of the speedway out of Plessis, New York. He'll bring him back to the line. On the outside, Jason Barney will be second. Steve the Hurricane Payne, no stranger to victory lane at Can-Am, is running in that third spot right now. He'll take him down the backstretch in that third spot. Number 9S of Matt Shepard running in that fourth spot right now. The youngster out of running at Fulton on Saturday nights, of rookie in the 358 Modified Series, having a great run this year. Ryan Bay, the number 2, right behind him. Then we're back to the FX1 of Frank Caprara as we work into turn number 1 and 2. They work to the top side of the speedway. Danny Johnson now takes over that spot from Frank Caprara as they go down the backstretch. Timmy Fuller will be the next car in line as we work up through the field. Out of turn number 4, back down in front. Here comes Billy Gill, number 50, showing the way. The number 7X of Steve the Hurricane Payne now takes over spot number 2 on the field. Racing Jason Barney in that third spot as he'll try to gather up Steve Payne. Payne on the hammer down the backstretch, separates himself from Barney by about 2 car lengths as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Matt Shepard, the number 9, trying to make his way up through that field now as they come out of turn number 4, checking at the line this time. Ryan Bay that next spot. Then we're back to the 89 of Todd Burley. Here comes Frank Caprara. Caprara gets pinched off by the number 1 of Timmy Fuller as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. Fuller puts a nose right on the back of the 89 of Burley as we go down the backstretch. Here comes Caprara. Fuller slips to the high side, headed down into turn number 3. Frank Caprara right at the bottom of the speedway puts a nose underneath, but the number 1 of Fuller comes back down in front. The young man out of Edwards, New York, a former runner here from Can-Am before moving up to the big block ranks a few years ago, having a great run in that M1. They work down into turn number 2, the 27 of Danny Johnson, right at the top side of the speedway, down the backstretch. Now look at Frank Caprara. What a move down the backstretch. They're 3 wide. 3 wide down into turn number 3. Look at the number 1 of Frank Caprara at the bottom of the speedway as they work out of turn 4 and down in front. Caprara at the bottom. The doctor to the high side. Then it's the number 1 of Timmy Fuller. Throw into that mix the number 14 of Alan Johnson, and you've got yourself a heavyweight battle. Back there battling for spots 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the field as we go down the backstretch. The rack up front, Billy Gill trying to separate himself from the field and pull away from the 7X of Steve the Hurricane Payne. They work down out of turn number 2. Look at Billy Gill, almost a full straightaway lead over the field down the backstretch. The 88 of Steve Hulsizer slows over in turn number 3 and 4. Hulsizer taking that car back towards the pit area. The 88 of Hulsizer, one of our regular Saturday night pilots, back into the pit. Back out of turn 4. Here we go one more time. Holding on at third spot, the 87 of Jason Barney. Look at Matt Shepard begin to close the gap. The youngster, just a rookie in that 9S, driving for Steve Payne, having a great job in that machine this year. A couple of feature wins down the Fulton Speedway as they work down the long backstretch. Out of turn number 4, look him over one more time, 2 wide as they get sliding out of the corner. Shepard holding on to that 4th spot. Ryan Bay in that 5th spot. Todd Burley continues to hold on to the next spot, but here comes the doctor calling. The doctor's on the outside of the speedway. The 27J of Danny Johnson to the high side of the speedway, trying to get by Todd Burley. Burley gets a beautiful run down the backstretch right at the bottom. Here comes the FX1 of Frank Caprara one more time, right at the bottom of the speedway. We work through turn number 3 now, right at 4. Caprara right at the very bottom. To the outside is Alan Johnson, the number 14. Brett Hearn making his way through the field in the number 20. Hearn started deep in the field and has now climbed up about halfway up through the pack as they work out of turn number 2 now down the backstretch. Billy Gill, lap traffic is right in front of him. Our leader looking right at the back bumper of the rest of the field as he goes down the backstretch. The 7X of Steve Payne still trying to riddle him in. He's going to take advantage of this lap traffic, I'm sure, in just a few seconds here as he'll try to gather him up. We'll try to get a lap time on our leader this time as he comes out of turn 4 way up next to the concrete wall. The number 50 of Billy Gill, 22.94. 22.94 on our leader as he begins getting some lap traffic. Michelle Barrett over on the backstretch showing him the passing flag. Let him know the leader is coming right behind them. They work out of turn number 2 now down the backstretch. Our leader one more time working into that lap traffic as they come out of turn number 4. Looking to put the number 78 down 1 lap. Vince Quenneville Jr. Looks like he's going to go down. Yes, he will go down one lap as our leader charges down the backstretch. Steve the Hurricane Payne now trying to take advantage of that lap traffic as he begins to close the gap on our leader, Jason Barney, holding on to that third spot. The 9S's Matt Shepard still running fourth, followed by number 2 of Ryan Bay.
Okay, Jeff will take a little bit of a break as we score lap number 50 on Pepsi Mountain Dew scoreboard clock. Your leader over on the backstretch as we come right down now, coming to lap number 16 this time around. Works to the outside of the speedway right now. Looking good. He's got the deal maker machine right on top of the heap as he brings him down. He still likes the outside. He's going to run the outside all night long. As the car number 7X of Steve Payne riding second, third spot on fifth leads is Jason Barney, followed by the car number 9 of Matt Shepard, along with the car number 2 of Ryan Bay. Swinging to the outside, the car number 27, the Doctor. Danny Johnson now goes to the inside if he can make it stick as they dig race down the backstretch. In front of the car number 14 of AJ Slightly, Alan Johnson. Swinging off if they can make it a bite as the deal maker, car number 50, brings him down. We score lap number 17. Working down right now. Johnson slips to the outside. Here comes the car number 089 of Todd Bird. Lost the car number FX1 of Frank Cabrera. Of course, he'll bowl himself in a big block tomorrow night as they go to work. Brad Hearn on the Vairashi number 20 works to the outside of the car number 42 of Pete Bicknell as they go to work. The car number 94 of Tim McCready. The car number 42 of Pat Ward in trouble. The car number 1 of Tim Fuller on the outside. And the Faust number N1 to the outside of the speedway. Out of Edwards, New York, he does take it into the pit area as we score lap number 18. Steve Paddock going to push up just a little bit. We'll watch the car number 7 of Lee Gill to the outside of the car number 88 of Ben Tucker, along with the car number 23 of Jeff Sykes. As Gus Schmidt wraps it up in the car number 30 as we score lap number 19 this time around. As we all get ready to go to Syracuse, and not very much time is on that one. Again, Billy Wilcox looking to nail down that track championship here. Our next point race will be the 1st of September. And he goes to work. He loves to run the outside of this speedway. And it looks like they're all trying to stay to the outside. It's a black track, and it's all the same for everybody, but it's smooth and a lot less wear and tear on equipment. His Coffee goes to the inside in the car number 32, the car number 58L. Jimmy LaRock shows them what it's all about as they work down the backstretch. Score lap number 21. 24 cars are on the lead lap looking at Bill Gill in the car number 50. Steve Payne riding second. Barney is third. Fourth spot is Shepard. Fifth is Johnson. Danny, sixth spot. Alan Johnson. Ryan Page. Todd Burley. Frank Cabrera. Brad Hearn. Pete Bicknell. Tim McCready. Pat Ward. Vic Coffey. Billy Wilcox, Mitch Gibbs. Mitch in his own 2G tonight. Talking with Mitch earlier out in the pit area. I said, what number are you in tonight? He said, you know, I don't even know for sure. He said, I've been in a lot of them this year. He's a hired gun. Doing an excellent job as Sykes goes by. Leader, the car number 50 of Bill Gill. Because the deal maker ride this year, doing an outstanding job for them. Things coming together. Not real happy with that deal the first part of the year. But he's got it down there in good shape right now. Okay, we'll try to pick up the leader over on the backstretch with Steve Payne trying to turn up the wick because now they know about what this track is going to be, and they're going to try to bring it in as we come into lap number 25 in just a little bit. Andy Howard out there getting with a small block or a sports motor in that one. And he did qualify for the show. It all works down to seat time as he's out there in that car number 21. Up on the outside is Wilcox. His Gibbs goes by along with LaRock and the 7 of Lee Gill. Danny O'Brien out there. Number 124, Pierre Dagenet. He's having a very good year at Can-Am, but the leader is up on the outside trying to put him a lap down. Again, watch Steve Payne because Bill Gill's been going high all night long. Steve Payne might have found a lap time right in the middle. He's starting to close as they work through traffic. These guys are going after each other. We come in a lap number 26. Here they come down in front. Bill Gill to the outside. Payne goes a little bit higher. If he can make a stick, you got one eye looking at lap cars, one eye looking at the lane of traffic, and I don't know where the other eye is looking as they go down the backstretch. Watch Ward there in the car number 45, works to the inside of Dagenet. Again, Bill Gill is going to make the hole, and Steve is going to take advantage of it. Andy Howard in trouble on the backstretch in the 21. He will try to nurse that over into the infield as we score lap number 27. Andy Howard out of Chippewa Bay. Could not make it in. And the yellow light does come on for Andy Howard, a strong runner in the Sportsman here at Can-Am Motorsports Park. 27 laps are in. Second. Bill Gill. Now, some of these cars are down a lap. We'll let the transponders do their work and see what they got with 29 laps in. But we don't have time right now.
We're the name you know and trust. When you do it yourself, you can count on us in every way. Why, it's lumber and building supplies. Quality and service since 1892. We're here helping people like you. White's Lumber and Building Supplies, helping you build to be the best.
The summer heat is on at the FX Caparra Auto Sales Summer Sale Days.
It definitely looks like Dakota country because, folks, we're infested with Dodge Dakota club cabs that are. Just take a look at these. 2000 Dodge Dakota club cabs, two-wheel drives, SLTs, loaded with every bell and whistle with just 6,000 miles, and they start at just $17,900.
Call 782-3111 because the summer heat is coming. The FX Caparra Auto Sales Summer Sale Days out of Washington Street, Watertown. For savings, selection, and service, FX marks the spot.
But we don't have time right now.
We now return to the fastest hour in the North Country. This is Northern Track.
We got a green, 3 cars, 4 cars wide, stack them up, off of Ford, here they come. Down the backstretch, they go to work right now. That lead is in the book. That is all that is gone right now. Again, Pierre Dagenet is down a lap, but he's going to try to stay right in the mix. Here comes Payne to the inside as we work at lap number 31 in this 100 lapper to Syracuse. Side by side out of turn number 4, get a little bit of loose, and they pick it up. As they bring that fuel chassis machine right down in front of that dealmaker number 50. Payne clears, he's riding second. Where did he come from? The doctor is in. He comes up there, position number 4 behind the car number 87 of Jason Barney, with the car number 45 Award right there, making in the mix. The car number 14 of Alan Johnson right there, whether they work off at turn number 3 and 4. Frank Capra having a very fine one in that FX one as he brings them down the back stretch. Now the home stretch. Takes him down. Payne riding second. Third unofficially is Jason Barney. Fourth is the car number 27 of Danny Johnson. Ward right there in the mix in the 45. They swing together. Everybody staying in line pretty much so. They bring it off to the corner one more time. Reach right in there with Lee Gill in Quintyville in the car number 78. To the inside of Speedway, Schmidt along with Hogue. There goes Mitch Gibbs in the 2. Up on the outside, Danny O'Brien, and he's got company out there with Pat Ward trying to get up and go. With LaRock in the car number 58. Billy Wilcox settles into the hunt right now as they go down the backstretch. A lot of racing to go, thank you. A lot of racing to go. And again, they realize 100 laps. You can blister a tire in 30 laps. So they're taking it just a little bit easier right now, midway through the race. Maybe reach over there and give that tug on the belt just a little bit. As they come off the point once again, it's Bill Gill in command. Holy smokes. Can-Am, I don't know how you do it. The car number 32C of Vic Coffey, who said on the fast time, it looks like he's going to go to the pit. No, he found the start 'em up button. Sometimes that yellow comes out. You can find the automatic start switch as he brings it down. Folks, you people simply amaze me here at Can-Am every week. We had an $800 50-50 last week, along with a great collection for Johnny Mason's family. 50-50 tonight, folks. $1,109. Wow. Congratulations. Ben Tucker in the car, number 88, the Sonny's Farm Market ride. Gentlemen having a... Steve Ricketts says, we got a green. Stack them up. 4 wide out of turn number 4. As they go nose to tail. And here they come. They bob. They pick it back up. As Gill goes to the inside of Schmidt. Somebody up on the outside as Jason Barney goes to the outside of the 124 Pierre Dagenet. As they go to work right now on the back of Billy Gill. Nobody told him to be intimidated. He is going to work in that car number 50. And here they come as we score lap number 42. Again, they like to run the full width of this track. You can count them. You can go 5 wide if you have to. It's not a one-lane racetrack, and they're getting it done out there. Here goes the car number 14 of Alan Johnson going to the inside right now. And I mean to the inside as he went to the inside of the car number 87 of Jason Barney. Jason, this is regular Saturday night stoppage. He brings him around as Bill Gill remains your leader as we score lap number 43. Away they go. Over there, the car number 94 of Tim McCready, inside out in turn number 4. It might be a little bit quicker right now. Generally, your lane will move to the outside, but these guys are all fighting for that inside lane. It has changed, that for sure. It looks to me like Jason Barney's got one of the fastest cars out there. So does young Frank Caprera. Hello, Mr. Johnson. As he goes to the inside of the speed of the back of Brett Hearn, as we come in at lap number 49 this time around. Here they come again. Watch your lane on the inside. I think it's changed. Jason Barney out there. Now Todd Burley out there in the 89 to the inside of the Ward machine, trying to make a hole. Gus Schmidt or Shepard looks at the hole on the outside as they go down the backstretch. That's young Matt Shepard as we come in at lap number 49 this time. The car number 50 of Bill Gill brings him down. Now somebody's going to go to the outside. It's going to be the car number 87 of Barney. He tries to go to the outside. If he can make it stick on the outside of Steve Payne, the veteran and the youngster going after each other as we come into the halfway point this time. The Appledale Farmers Market Soboros Restaurant halfway. Here they come off the point. The car number 50 of Bill Gill is the leader. Alan Johnson is on the inside of second. Third spot will be Barney. Fourth will be Payne. Fifth will be Danny Johnson. Brett Hearn is sixth. Seventh spot unofficially is the car number 1 of Frank Caprera.
Thanks, Johnny Bird. Look up front, folks. We've got a battle shaping up right now. Billy Gill from just down the road in Plessis, New York. The deal maker, number 50, brings him back to the front of the field. He'll bring him down to the line this last time by. The number 14 of Alan Johnson, once again, trying to close that gap on our leader. Clean track in front of these guys now as they work out at turn number 2. The 14 of Alan Johnson about 4 car lengths back. And then we're back to the 87 of Jason Barney. Another Saturday night regular running in that third spot. We work down into turn number 3 and 4. The 7X of Steve Payne dropping off the pace just a little bit. He's right at the bottom of the speedway out of turn number 4. Look to the top side of the speedway. Here comes the doctor one more time. The 27J of Danny Johnson looks in that middle group as they work into turn number 1 and 2. He'll come right alongside of Steve Payne. Side by side out of turn number 2. And Danny Johnson just a little bit quicker. Payne picks it up one more time. They come down the backstretch. Johnson right to the top of the speedway with the Hurricane at the bottom. Out of turn number 3 and 4. Danny Johnson may have that advantage as they come back to the line. Johnson will have the spot. As they work out of turn number 1 and 2 one more time right at the bottom of the speedway. Steve Payne now has to deal with the number 20 of Brett Hearn, who has closed right on the back bumper. And the Brioski number 20, they work down the backstretch. Look at Frank Caprera, the FX1. He's got his sights set on those cars right in front of him as he begins to close the gap. The youngster out of Watertown, New York, the FX1, a regular Saturday night hot shoe here at Can-Am, is charging his way through the field. Then we're back to the 89 of Todd Burley. Pete Vick now the number 42 out of St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, closing that gap now in turn number 2. He'll look at the back of the Burley machine as we go down the backstretch. Matt Shepard, the 9S, looks like he may be a little off what his early race pace was as he'll drop back just a little bit more over in turn number 3. Now out of turn number 4, Shepard's right at the bottom of the speedway as we work down in front. Mike Ward to the high side in that 45M trying to take that next spot away. Next car in line will be the 17D of Danny O'Brien. He'll look to the top side as he'll work outside the number 2 of Ryan Bay as we go back down the field. Our leader comes out of turn number 4, 56 laps in the book. 56 are in. Billy Gill holding about a 4-car advantage over the number 14 of Alan Johnson out of turn number 2. Gill, as we said, from just down the road here in Plessis, New York. The Dealmaker, number 50, continuing to show the way. Alan Johnson riding comfortably back in that second spot. Back just a ways to the 87 of Jason Barney as they come out of turn number 4, work down the front stretch. Danny Johnson next car in line. Then we're back to Brett Hearn. Steve Payne running right now in that 6th spot. 7th, Frank Capera. 8th is Todd Burley. 9th, Pete Bicknell. 10th is Bat Shepard. The 17D of Daniel Bryan, 11th. Pat Ward, 12th. Ryan Bay running 13th. Gus Schmidt, 14th. Jim LaRock running in that 15th spot right now as we work lap number 58. The field stretched out nicely down the back stretch now. You can see a couple of cars on the move as they work down into turn number 3. Now at the bottom of 4. Almost 3 wide as they work right by the Jersey barrier out of turn number 4 with the number 42 of Pat Ward at the bottom of the speedway. In the Gypsum Express, number 42. Look at Danny O'Brien, the 17D out of Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Close on the back bumper of the Pat Ward ride. But Pat Ward gets a good run out of turn number 2. And now the 17D slips up the speedway just a little bit. Ryan Bay's going to close on that back bumper as they work out of turn number 2, number 3 and 4. One more time, they bring them back to the line. Danny O'Brien has the 2 of Ryan Bay right on the back bumper. Then the number 7 of Lee Gill working his way up through the field. 60 laps in the book, 40 more to go to Syracuse, folks. 40 laps away from Syracuse as they charge down and back. Our leader works down the backstretch. Out of turn number 2, the number 50 of Gill, opening up a sizable margin over the number 14J, Alan Johnson, as they work into turn number 3 and 4. Car off the pace, headed back towards the pit area. The 7H of Alex Hogue now taking that car into the pit area. Lap traffic is right in front of our leader. Lap traffic coming into play very quickly here as Billy Gill works out of turn number 2. Gets down the backstretch. Alan Johnson still back 5 car lengths as they go down and back. Jason Barney continues to hold on at 3rd spot with Danny Johnson about 4 car lengths back. Brett Hearn, the number 20, who has been working his way through the field, closes to about a car and a half or 2 cars back off the back bumper of the Sweeteners Plus, number 27. They work out of the bottom of turn number 3. The 27 of Johnson continuing to hold that spot. Steve Payne gets back into the groove a little bit now in that 7X. He was fading back through the field. Now he's picked it back up a little bit in that 7, but he's got the FX1 of Frank Caprera now closing as they go down the back. Caprera gains about a car length, almost 2 car lengths as they head into turn number 3, trying to take that next spot away. Our leader working lap traffic over in turn number 2, slips by at the bottom as he goes down the backstretch, gets by slightly that first time. Now Alan Johnson will have to do the same in that 14J. They work into turn number 3 and 4. Gill trying to hold that advantage, works right in the middle of the speedway out of turn number 4, brings him down in front as they try to work safely by the number 78 of Vince Quenneville Jr., who down a couple of laps in that number 78. Gill getting by safely. Right now the 14J of Alan Johnson having his problems with that lap car. Out of turn number 2, got bobbled just a little bit. Now he'll get the nose underneath as they work down into turn number 3. Quenneville slips to the high side. Here comes Alan Johnson now getting by safely. The next car in line, Billy Gill's looking at the back bumper, the 88 of Ben Tucker as they work down into turn number 1 and 2. And then it's a log jam right in front of him. Billy Gill is going to have to be careful now. 65 laps in the book. 65 in as our leader begins to catch a whole group of cars down into turn number 3 and 4. Watch the number 14J of Alan Johnson, see if he takes advantage of this lap traffic running right in front of our leader. The problem right now for Billy Gill is that the next couple of cars in line in front of him are running side by side. He's right on the back bumper of the 88T of Ben Tucker as we go down and back. He has about a 5-car lead continuing over the 14J of Alan Johnson, but with this lap traffic in the way, it's going to start to clog things up. Don't forget, folks, immediately following this race, our IMCA Modifieds will be out here for their 20-lap feature. Back up front, we work out at turn number 2 one more time. Billy Gill look to the top side of the speed with those lap cars right in front of him. Look at his lead dissipate. Here comes the 14J of Alan Johnson. Taking advantage of lap traffic, Alan Johnson has closed to about 3 car lengths as they work out at turn number 4. Here comes Gill. He gets stuck right in the middle of a sandwich down the front stretch and then cleanly clears the cars. He gets underneath the 00 of Wayne Rudeman Jr. and right between him and the 88T of Tucker. Now he'll start to skate away. Now here comes the problem for Alan Johnson as those 2 cars one more time are side by side. Our second place car stuck right in the sandwich behind them as they work through turn number 3. Now out of turn number 4. Those lap traffic cars right in the way of our leader. He'll split the 2 of them as he gets down into turn number 1 and 2. Billy Gill with a nose on the back bumper of the Jeff Sykes machine looking to put the 23J down another lap as they go down the backstretch. Alan Johnson still 3 car lengths back, begins to close that gap. Billy Gill being very cautious in that number 50, trying to get through this lap traffic. Comes to the high side out of turn number 4, looks on the outside of the 23 machine of Jeff Sykes. Meanwhile, Alan Johnson has closed to about a car and a half, maybe 2 car lengths back as they work through turn number 1 and 2. Now Billy Gill goes to the top side. He'll work by the outside of the 23J of Jeff Sykes, opening up a 3-car advantage one more time. We'll get the lineup this time. When we hit the line, our leader works out of turn number 4. Here comes Billy Gill back to the line. Billy Gill, your leader. Alan Johnson continuing to hold on to that second spot. Jason Barney is third. Fourth belongs to the 27J of Danny Johnson. Brett Hearn, fifth in the number 20. Steve Payne is sixth. Frank Caprera, the FX1, running seventh. Eighth is the 42 of Pete Bicknell. Todd Burley, the 89, running in that ninth spot right now. 10th belongs to Matt Shepard in the 9S. And the 42P of Pat Ward running in that 11th spot as we work down into turn number 3 and 4. Our leader continuing to have lap traffic right in front of him, and a couple of big names he's beginning to run down. Billy Gill right to the top as they work out of turn number 3. Gill right at the top of the speedway on the outside of turn number 4, looking to put the number 19W of Billy Wilcox down 1 lap, folks. This is something you don't expect to see here, especially a regular Saturday night runner, a hot shoot like Billy the Kid Wilcox. Tires may be going away on the 19W as our leader has just pulled out to the outside, and they drag race down into turn number 3. The lead continues to be about 2.5 car lengths for the number 50 of Billy Gill. As he works out of turn number 4, we've got 74 laps in the book, folks. 74 are in as our leader hits the line one more time. Number 14 of Alan Johnson closing that gap as they work out of turn number 2 one more time. 16 cars on the lead lap, folks. 16 cars lead lap. 0.6 seconds is what's separating first from second. Just 0.6 seconds as you can see him down the front stretch. Alan Johnson, the 14J, holding on that second spot, now comes to the inside of the Billy Wilcox number 19W as they work out at turn number 2. Our leader continuing to work lap traffic as he looks at the back bumper of the 30 of Gus Schmidt down into turn number 3. Goes to the high side of the speedway one more time. That gap between first and second looks to be just about constant as they work that lap traffic and long down this front stretch here. Alan Johnson to the inside will take the spot away from Billy Wilcox as he works through that lap traffic. Next car in line continues to be the number 87 of Jason Barney. Jason having a great run in that number 87 as we work down the backstretch. Danny Johnson, the next car in line. Look at the separation between Johnson and Brett Hearn. Brett Hearn has a nose right on the back bumper of the Johnson of the 27. He'll come to the top side. He says to the doctor, "I'll see you later." He'll come to the top side of Speedway, but Danny Johnson just drives back up in front of the number 20 of Brett Hearn and holds on to that next spot, the 4th spot on the field. Hearn comes up one more time, closes the gap right on the back bumper of the 27. He'll follow him down into turn number 3. That is your battle for 4th right now, folks. Working at the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. The 27, the Dr. Danny Johnson. He's got the corporate jet, the number 20 of Brett Hearn all over the back bumper. Then it's back to the 7X of Steve Payne, followed by the FX1 of Frank Caprera as we work out of turn number 3 and 4. Caprera still 1 car length back from the 7X of Steve Payne as we work down into turn number 3 and 4. Back up front, some clear track in front of our leader for just a few minutes here. Lap 79 in the book. Billy Gill continues to show the way. 3 cars separate him and the 14J of Alan Johnson. We charge down the backstretch. About 4 car lengths, maybe 5. Here comes Alan Johnson closing that gap down into turn number 2 as that battle continues right at the front of the field. Some lap cars right out in front of these guys, but they are separated a little bit. Shouldn't be a problem for just a few more laps here as we hit lap number 80. 20 more laps to Syracuse. Out of turn number 2, a bobble by the 14J. Alan Johnson bobbled right at the bottom of turn number 2. That's going to allow Billy Gill to open up just a little bit more of a lead as they work on lap number 81. Down into turn number 4. Gill right in the middle of the speedway, moving down one groove on the racetrack, continuing to try to find the quickest way around. Rubber getting down on the track now. As we work lap 81, he looks like he's picked up a time just a little bit. Charges out of turn number 2. Continues to be about a 5-car advantage. He's looking right at the back of his cousin right now. The number 7 of Lee Gill, the Curtis Snowplow Machine, right in front of our leader. Here comes Billy Gill. He'll look to the bottom out of turn number 4. He'll slide underneath Lee, and Lee's just going to pull out of the way and let him go as he realizes he's on the ride of a lifetime right now in that deal maker number 50. 82 laps in. Separation between our first and second place car is about 6, maybe 7 car lengths down the backstretch. Jason Barney, the 87, continuing to hold on to that third spot with Danny Johnson, the next car in line in that 27J. But he's got company with the number 20 of Brett Hearn. Brett Hearn now dropping off the pace just a little bit off that back bumper of the 27 of Danny Johnson, maybe trying to size him up. They work into turn number 2. 2 car lengths separate those cars. That is the battle for fourth spot on the field right now. Then it's back to the 7X of Steve Payne as we go down the backstretch. Frank Caprara one more time closes to about a car length off the back bumper of the Payne machine, but not getting it done this time as they work out of turn number 4. Back to the top side of the speedway. The 42 of Pete Bicknell looks to join that hunt as he begins to close on the back bumper of the FX1 of Frank Caprara. Bicknell closes to about half a car length into turn number 2, but Caprara gets a beautiful run down the backstretch in that FX1 and just pulls away from the 42 of Pete Bicknell down into turn number 3 one more time. John Burr just reminded me last year Frank Caprara was the winner of this race. It was a year and a day ago from today that the youngster made his way to victory lane. He's got some property to make up right now as they work out of turn number 2 down the backstretch, trying to separate himself one more time from Pete Bicknell in the number 42 as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Our leader out of turn number 2 continues to hold about a 4 or 5 car advantage over the 14J of Alan Johnson. 86 laps are in the book, working lap 87 right now. Lap traffic once again as they come to the outside of Pierre Dagenet in the number 124. Billy Gill looks to the top side down into turn number 1 and 2. Dagenet right at the bottom. Gill should be able to slip by easily here as they work through turn number 2 as they still work that lap traffic. The number 14 of Alan Johnson has closed to about 4 car lengths down the backstretch as Gill has a little bit of problems with the 124 of Dagenet. But Gill looks like he's going to power by as they work through turn number 3 and 4. Folks, there's another car in jeopardy of going a lap down right up in front of these guys. One you don't expect to see, but the 17D of Danny O'Brien will be the next target in the eyes of our leader, Billy Gill, as we work out of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. The 14J of Alan Johnson now works to the outside of the Pierre Dagenet machine. We'll check them this time when they get back to the line. Billy Gill continuing to show the way. 21.77 on our leader, 21.77. So Billy Gill has picked the pace up from the earlier part of this race. He knows what's at stake, folks. 89 laps are in the book. 89 are in. He's got to realize this is probably the biggest race he's ever led in his life. He's right at the front. In just a few seconds here, we're going to be down to just a few laps to go. They work out of turn number 4 back to the line. It will be 10 more laps. 10 more to go to Syracuse, and one of our regular Saturday night hometown boys right at the front of the field. The 50 of Billy Gill continuing to try to hold off Alan Johnson. Gets good separation this time down the backstretch. Jason Barney continues to hold on that third spot for Danny Johnson. 5th is Brett Hearn. 6 belongs to Steve Payne. Frank Caprara 7. Pete Bicknell running 8. Todd Burley 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is Pat Ward. Our leader back to the line one more time. 91 laps are in the book. They work out of turn number 2. Danny O'Brien about 3 car lengths separating him from going a lap down. Look at Alan Johnson close. Alan Johnson is close to about a car length on the back bumper of Billy Gill. Gill takes him out of turn number 4. Alan Johnson looks down to the bottom of the speedway. He has pulled to within 2 car lengths on our leader. Our leader has lap traffic right in front of him. Comes back to the top side of the speedway. Danny O'Brien, the 17D, in trouble of going a lap down here as they go down the backstretch. Billy Gill being very careful with the number 17 of Danny O'Brien right in front of him. But he's got to realize that the 14 of Alan Johnson is going to be right on his back bumper in just a lap here. He looks again at the back of the 17, and the number 14 of Alan Johnson, AJ Slideways, is back half a car length on Billy Gill. Gill out of turn number 2, charges to the outside of the 17D, tries to get separation. Danny O'Brien comes back to the inside of the speedway, trying to race with him a little bit. Doesn't realize he's right in the middle of a heated battle at the front of the field. Now they come out of turn number 4. Billy Gill gets good separation one more time. 94 laps in the book as we work lap number 95 now out of turn number 2. Billy Gill with about a 2-car, maybe 3-car advantage down the backstretch, folks. Billy Gill hoping to take advantage of this, hoping that Danny O'Brien can stay right there in the way. But Alan Johnson slipping by now as we work out of turn number 4. They come down in front with just 5 more laps to go. 5 laps from Syracuse. Billy Gill and the deal maker, number 50, charges out of turn number 2. Alan Johnson is just back 3 car lengths as they go down the backstretch. Then we're back to the number 87 of Jason Barney continuing to hold on to that third spot. A battle back through the field now with the number 20 of Brett Hearn and Steve Payne as they work down and back. Our leader coming out of turn number 1 and 2, one more. Just 2 more laps to go. Billy Gill, one more time, takes it down to the turn number 1 and 2. Alan Johnson, a car length back out of turn number 2. Then Jason Barney continue to hold on third spot. Our third place driver is all the way out of turn number 2. Here comes a battle for the lead. Alan Johnson looks at the bottom of the speedway. Our leader, Billy Gill, right in the middle. Out of turn number 4. The white flag is waving. We've got a battle, folks. You gotta love it. Get up, Can-Am, folks. You gotta be cheering now. That's one of our boys leading them around out of turn number 2. Here comes Billy Gill, the deal maker, number 50. One more shot from Alan Johnson. AJ Slideways closes on the back bumper, folks. Can he do it? You gotta pull him home. Here he comes out of turn number 4. Side by side, it's gonna be Alan Johnson at the finish line. Alan Johnson, by about 6 inches, will steal the victory from Billy Gill. Third's gonna be Jason Barney, will be third. Fourth is Danny Johnson. Brett Hearn will be fourth. Fifth, Danny Johnson. Sixth, Steve Payne. Seventh, Frank Caprara. Eighth, Pete Bicknell. Todd Burley will be ninth, and Pat Ward will round out the top 10. Folks, it was .019 seconds separated first from second place. .019, and Alan Johnson, your feature winner.
The FX Summer Sale Days are on, and FX Caprara Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Volkswagen is turning up the summer heat.
You owe it to yourself to come see them. The new 2002 Jeep Liberty. And folks, we're getting truckloads of them. But best of all, they're fully equipped. They have air and tilt cruise, power windows and locks, 4-wheel drives with CD players, and they start at just $22,000.
Call 788-7400 because the summer heat is coming. The FX Caprara Chrysler Plymouth Jeep Volkswagen Summer Sale Days. Outer Washington Street, Watertown. For savings, selection, and service, FX marks the spot.
We're the name you know and trust. When you do it yourself, you can count on us in every way. Why, it's lumber and building supplies. Quality and service since 1892. We're here helping people like you. White's Lumber and Building Supplies, helping you build to be the best.
At Saboros Family Restaurants, their mission is to provide a wholesome dining experience with top-quality food and staff that wants to exceed customers' expectations. Their vision is to continue a tradition of quality family dining at a reasonable cost in a comfortable atmosphere. Saboros Family Restaurants value their customers and continue to be active in the community. 3 generations of families serving families. Art's Jug on Huntington Street and Saboros Restaurant on Coffeen Street. Since 1933, Saboros Family Restaurants, where the tradition continues.
Down here in Victory Lane after this 100-lapper, AJ Slideways, Alan Johnson. This Bicknell runs like a watch, doesn't it?
Yeah, it runs good. It really does. Especially when the track's slick. It's just built for a slick racetrack, and that's what it runs on, and that's what it likes. And I hope to see more of them.
Absolutely. I tell you, it was right down to the wire. The fans love this tonight. You hunted him down, and you stayed with Billy Gill all night long, and when the time came, you made the pass.
Well, he was better. He was better the whole race. I just couldn't quite make any ground up. Actually, I was losing a little the whole race. And then with about 5 to go, it just seemed like I could see him just sliding a little more. I don't know what it was, but if I got a little better or he started sliding a little more, but just with about 5 to go, I noticed I was a little better, and I just pushed it as hard as I could, and I was fortunate to have a line underneath him, and that's where I grabbed him.
Beautiful. Well, congratulations. Every time you come to Can-Am, you've done good. It's 2 times, I think, this year, and you've won both times, so you can't get any better than that, buddy.
No, we like coming up here. We love coming up here and racing, and especially when the track's hard, slick like this, it's easy on the cars, and it's great 2-3 wide racing, and it's just a lot of fun coming up here.
Beautiful. Congratulations once again.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Alan Johnson from Phelps, New York, AJ Slideways. He's the winner of the 100-lapper here in the Advanced Auto Parts Super Dirt Series at the Can-Am Motorsports Park Limited. Wrap up this week's edition of Northern Track. Many thanks to John and Laura White here at the Can-Am Motorsports Park Limited for allowing us to come out here and film this great 100-lapper. And congratulations goes out to the driver of the 14J, Mr. AJ Slideways, Alan Johnson, for winning this real tight race with Billy Gill. And boy, we hope you enjoyed it because we really had a ball here this evening. For Northern Track, I'm Gary Wilcox, thanking you for your time this time. And until next time when we meet again for our next edition of Northern Track.